I just think that if I had a daughter, like I would just want her to see a superhero, like a Storm or a Rogue for who they were. I don't
Yeah,
want no message.
facts. I don't. I don't. So now that we got
The
that out the way,
beautifulness of
X-Men
X.
97.
So Disney released X-Men 97. And I'm gonna let you have it after this. I have to do
Uh-huh.
this with my eyes closed because I have to resonate. I have to enjoy this moment.
Hee,
For
hee.
those of y'all that are in your mid to late 30s, and some of y'all
Yep.
that are in y'all 40s, but because me and JoJo are in our early 30s, we talking to the early 30 people. For those of y'all that are in y'all early 30s, y'all remember how X-Men looked? Y'all remember how they were? Y'all remember how they handled business? Disney
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
dropped X-Men in 97, and
Yes,
it
sir.
was pure and utter nostalgia. Listening
From
to
what
that
we've
theme
seen so
song,
far.
oh my God.
Yep.
The theme song did it for me. I was going to watch it, period. But the theme song set the tone. Bruh. The theme song set the tone. The theme song brought me back. It brought me
Yes, it
all the
did.
way back to a kid, like
It
a
did,
true
bro.
kid sitting down watching this and enjoying it. You getting pissed off because you got commercials. Because yes, at that time period, we had commercials that interrupted our shows. Like we hated it. But that's all I gotta say, JoJo. You
All right,
take it.
so look, I was very reluctant to watch this. Why? Because Marvel has set the precedence that you can't trust them, essentially.
This is true.
After phase 3, after the Infinity War saga, it's been downhill, right?
Yeah.
And with the and then they went into this phase where they started doing Disney Plus shows, which okay, Loki, Boss, WandaVision, really good.
WandaVision was really good.
And then they started doing She-Hulk and whatever. But
Yeah.
so needless to say,
Captain America and the Winter Soldier was decent.
it was decent. And so needless to say, I was personally worried that this was going to be horrible because Marvel just got the rights back from Fox for the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, Marvel's been on this whole virtual signaling kick and also just not giving us what drew us to the comics in the first place, right?
Yes.
So I say all that to say Lance hit us up and said, hey, yo, y'all need to check this out. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And bro, first of all, theme music, fire, right?
Amazing.
What threw me off in the very beginning was that Xavier was dead, right?
Yes. He's dead.
And I was
Dead
like,
as a
oh,
doornail.
okay. But bro, the way they highlighted Cyclops,
He's the leader.
bro,
He is
this is what
the
we
true leader.
the undefined, unchallenged leader of the X-Men. Bro,
Period.
in the comics, Xavier groomed Scott to be the leader. And
He
then
was
when the
him.
movies came out,
He
it
was
was like
ass.
he was a background character, just another member of the team. Nigga, no.
Logan
You
Wolverine was
were
the
the
main guy.
man. Like
Yeah.
in the comics, he had the intuition. He had the way
He
in
had
which he was able to use his mutant powers to not only affect the enemy but to move himself on the battlefield to put himself
yeah.
in a better position. Fire. And
Yes.
so
He had the smart mouth and all of that. Yes.
and the fact that they brought that to X-Men 97, I was like,
So for
do I
me,
have to start
because
looking at Marvel different now?
as of this episode, we have as of this recording, we have this 3 episodes that are out.
3. Yep.
For me, what put the nail in the coffin for me with this series, these 3 episodes, was when at the end of the first one, when that boy said, bring the weather or bring the storm, bruh.
Bro.
Storm came walking through the desert and changing that sand to glass.
She got in her bag.
Oh, bruh. That is what you want to see. They showcased everybody's powers so far in this.
Bro, when
you
Gambit
saw
and Wolverine did the tag team,
the combo with Morph, bruh. To see Wolverine in the uniform with the claws, to see Gambit charging them up, jump off of Morph, and go straight for the neck. I was like, oh,
bro.
And Storm is just over there, just destroying everything. Like, just leave her alone.
Let me tell you what my favorite part was of this whole episode. Was when they went to find, what's his name, Master Mold or
the one that built the Sentinels.
Yeah, bro. And they get surprise attacked by the Sentinel. It rips off the top of the jet and grabs Cyclops, and Cyclops just like cuts its neck off.
Yeah.
And then he just starts dropping. And he realizes, everybody on team got picked up. He hit that Kaioken Kamehameha. And he was able to slow his descent to the ground. Bro.
Superhero landing.
Bro, that was easily the most badass landing.
It was.
I have seen in an anime or a cartoon in a very long time.
Somebody commented, and I gotta steal this comment. It's to do with Storm, but it's like it makes you think of all the XMen movies. The whole Storm situation when she was, giving everybody the business with the lightning, and they made the comment of saying, "We've came a long way from. Do you know what happens to a frog when it gets struck by lightning? We came a long way from that." Because that statement still made 0 sense to me. The same thing that happens to everything else. Like, bruh, don't nobody care. But that Storm, that whole group is why we fell in love with X-Men.
Yeah, man. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. So if they stay on this track,
it's awesome.
It's gonna be really good. If they do this with their other creations outside of X-Men 97, it's gonna be so good, bro. Like Marvel could come back. But I had a conversation with one of our new subscribers, actually our newest subscriber.
Shout out, appreciate it.
Shout out. And bro, he was saying that while I love what I'm seeing from X-Men 97, what he's heard of in regards to the movie leads us to believe that Marvel hasn't learned their lesson, that they're going to continue doing this virtue signaling. And I know we are a very small podcast. We only have 200 subs right now. But if this ever reaches Marvel, the execs, y'all, stick with what got us enticed with the comics to begin with.
Yes.
We come to the movies to look at art so that we don't have to. It's an escape for us.
Yes.
We don't want to be virtue signaled to. We don't want to be pushed any propaganda. Just let us escape from our life for 2 hours, hour and a half.
You don't have to. And this may sound confusing. you don't have to send a message. You don't have to send a message to send a message, if that
You
makes
don't.
sense. And by that, what I mean is you don't. So we're segueing into this. We've seen it with other Marvel movies, and we've seen it with all these. So all of these characters. Let me baseline. Let me preface this. Give this a foundation. All of these characters that movies are being made about. These characters are old as hell. These characters have been created. These characters were created years and years and years ago. Every last one of them got a backstory. Every last one of them got an origin story. Every last one of them got a villain or an anti-hero or whomever that they're battling against.
Yep.
None of these characters are new characters that is being created now as of today.
It's Marvel.
It's Marvel. Like, so by me saying you don't have to send a message to send a message, I'm all for women's rights. I'm all for, women being looked at as equals. If you want to push this by, showcasing more women superheroes and showcasing more women villains and all of that, create their movies and create them correctly.
Yeah.
And you will get the audience that you want. You will get little girls and young girls seeing this superhero and seeing this villain. And some people may like the villain. I personally love the Joker. The nigga crazy, and he's a villain, top tier, but I love the Joker.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And dude, if you want to get people to fall in love with them and you want to send a message, you don't have to send that message that way. Just create the movie. Create the series, and let that be that. Let the people fall in love with the character on their own time. Don't try and send a message within the movie, because the only thing you're going to do is you're going to start to turn people off. Like, you even have, and you go look at comments and stuff, you even have a lot of women who are like,
what is
I just wanted to see a good movie. Like, I didn't want to be like thrusted into this whole feminism situation. In the same way with men, like, I just want to see a good movie. I don't have to see this overly masculine superhero or villain, because I know how they were in the comics. I don't need to see this overly machismo nigga. Like, I don't. Like, just want to see a good movie. I just want the movie to be good. I want the series to be good. Keep your message to yourself.
You make a great point, and I honestly feel like that's probably a great stopping point for the episode. And let us know what y'all think, man. Like, do y'all think that this is going to help Marvel come back, or are they going to just take this as a once-off and continue going down the path that they've been going down of hemorrhaging money and blaming fans for why their movies aren't getting any good show out? So
I just think that if I had a daughter, like, I would just want her to see a superhero, like a Storm or a Rogue, for who they were. I don't want no message.
Facts. I don't. I don't. So,
like,
hey, thank y'all for joining us for another episode of the Limitless Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn us up. You know what I'm saying? We will see.
Listen to us on your way to work. Listen to us on your lunch break. Listen to us, if your boss starts to get on your nerves. Like,
listen to us.
Pop us in. We'll help ease you for the remainder of your hours at work. But that being said, guys, we are out. Deuces, y'all.